took it back.
And he came back and said he didn't even know what that meant. He old. I give him a pass.
I was gonna say I give him a pass on that.
The man's like 85 now.
He's still cooler than the others.
He's just trying to stay relevant.
All right. Fire.
Yeah. Good pick, Dre.
Thank you.
I know we was talking before y'all walked in about the Sierra Canyon playing St. Vincent St. Mary tonight.
That's kind of tight though.
Really?
It was supposed to be at St. Vincent St. Mary, but too many people wanted to go, so they moved it to Columbus.
Oh, that's dope.
But Bron took the charter flight.
Oh, I didn't know it was that.
I seen Drake had a Sierra Canyon hoodie or something like that. Yeah.
Shout out Kylie Jenner.
Oh,
that's what
Moving in on Travis. I mean,
they done.
Can you imagine 13,000 people at a high school game though? Like, that's insane, man.
I would like to be there. They do got a squad though, Sierra Canyon.
it's on TV.
ESPN Plus.
Wow.
I'm sure by the time by his senior year though, they'll be on TV. Maybe junior year.
Probably. You a freshman?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he don't even start. But they keep saying the led by Bronny James.
But he got to start there.
Yeah, he may start tonight.
What's Zaire?
He's a junior, but he's hurt, so he ain't playing.
Oh, he's hurt.
That's why I said I haven't seen him in the box.
He did something to his ankle.
I thought he was a senior last year because I seen he was getting offers already.
Yeah.
But
I think this may be his senior year though.
I mean, I wasn't surprised. Go ahead and go to Marquette like your daddy.
Yeah. I don't think he's as good as Dwayne is.
I mean, that's tough.
That's hard to live up to.
Tough act to follow.
Yeah.
That's HOF.
Like Bronny, that's gonna be a tough act.
It's like being Michael Jordan's son. Like, you're never gonna win.
Yeah,
like it.
Seen what Jeffrey did.
Yeah.
Nothing.
At least he tried, I guess.
It's like UCF or something. Or Marcus did.
Marcus did. Jeffrey went to Illinois, but he didn't want to play. I don't blame him. At least he didn't name none of his kids Michael. That could have been bad.
His dad does have good taste, if you know what I mean.
Not in close.
I ain't talking about the women's boots. I'm talking about I'm talking about the women that's in them. Right. He has good taste.
All right.
We're going episode 14. This is the KC Sports Bros podcast. This is your host, Ace. To my right.
Back like I never left. No, it's your boy Dre. To my right.
Yeah, I was surprised. What it do, baby? Big Earn to my right.
It's Mayo.
What it do,
Baby.
Hey, he been balling though. Balling.
MNPG.
Man.
Looking good.
Looking real good.
Drinking a lot of alcohol. Eating a lot of dessert.
All right, let's jump into this lightning round. There it is. Storming outside. Of course, just recently announced breaking news. Nobody surprised. LSU's quarterback Joe Burrow wins the 2019 Heisman Trophy.
Congrats.
Anybody see Jalen Hurts' suit though? That dude was fresh tonight.
Was it nice?
Oh, 3-piece. Crispy.
I have to check that out.
You ready for the pulpit?
That's probably where he's headed.
Rajon Rondo passed Tony Parker on the all-time career assist list into number 17. Dwight Howard is now 16th, passing George Johnson in blocks all time. Trae Young now has the most 30-point 10 assist games before turning 22 in NBA history.
I gotta commend you. I don't know where the hell you find these stats. Like,
he's always been that guy.
It's the random stats.
He's always been that guy.
Really Josh Jacobs, first Raiders rookie to rush for 1,000 yards. It's pretty good company.
Over Marcus Allen?
Not as a rookie.
That's surprising.
Christian McCaffrey, over 2,000 career receiving yards, most by a running back in their first 3 seasons.
Your boy.
He's invited.
Yeah. Russell also passed Tony Parker, moving him down. Now Tony's at 19th for all-time assists.
Okay.
Dropping it, taking L's.
Let's see. Last week, a fella named Jamal Franklin plays in the Chinese Basketball Association.
Man, you going deep here.
Dropped a quadruple double. 42 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 10 steals.
I didn't know you covered the CBA.
Cover it all. Sports.
Oh, God.
Bilingual.
Waylon Baptist.
Okay. All right.
Got a player named JJ Culver.
Okay.
I thought this.
Jared's little brother.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I thought that was the church league.
Grace Unlimited in the league. Didn't tell nobody.
Waylon Baptist.
I was gonna kill in that league, by the way. Go ahead.
Tuesday night, he dropped 100 points.
Out there playing against
And
Deacons.
They said he's the older brother.
Younger brother.
Younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to say.
He went 12 for 33 from the three.
Talk about having a green light.
34 for 62 overall. And then
I'm sorry if you're not Kobe or somebody like that, and I'm on your team. I'm playing defense against you too.
That's a lot of misses, bro. Like,
bro, give me the ball.
And then finally for the NFL, November AFC Offensive Rookie of the Month goes to Josh Jacobs with 441 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns.
And he missed a game.
Defensive Rookie of the Month, linebacker for the Buccaneers, Devin White. In the month of November, 46 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 interception.
Balling.
And then AFC Offensive Player of the Month, quarterback Lamar Jackson, 882 passing yards, 14 touchdowns.
No surprise.
401 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, 136.8 passer rating.
That's ridiculous.
NFC Offensive Player of the Month, Michael Thomas, 37 receptions, 415 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. AFC Defensive Player of the Month, TJ Watt, 16 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles.
SWAT team.
They playing great.
NFC Defensive Player of the Month, Fred Warner, linebacker for the 49ers, 53 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles.
That's in a month.
Yes.
Quan Alexander went down and he stepped up. So
AFC Special Teams Player of the Month, Harrison Butker. 10 for 11 on field goals, 12 for 13 on PATs, 42 points by himself.
Hey, we'll take it.
I don't understand. He missed 2 field goals and still gets it. Wow.
NFC Special Teams Player of the Month,
Have you seen the
Cordero
rest?
Patterson for the Chicago Bears. 10 kick returns for 294 yards and
I
three
didn't know he was still in the league.
and 3 special team
I
tackles.
seen him last Sunday or no, when they played
Thursday.
Dallas.
Yeah.
That is our lightning round with all stats from all over the place.
Now, it ain't lightning. The definition of lightning mean quick.
Well, yeah, man, we're just trying to catch up
So
on
it's more like a thunder round.
it. Sure.
I mean, that wasn't okay.
So we'll hop into this Chiefs recap with the game against the Patriots. A game everybody wanted to see. A game that definitely has some ups and downs to it. But we got the dub, and that was the exciting part of it. Big Iron.
Yeah.
Them again.
23-16 was the final score. Shouldn't have been that close, but I'll get into that. I feel like that game was a tale of 2 halves. First half, the score was drum roll, please. No, it was 20-7 at halftime. 20-7. So Chiefs are on the road against the Patriots. I didn't expect that type of a game from the Chiefs. I thought they were going to. I thought they was going to run the ball a little bit more than they did. I mean, even though they did run the ball a lot, but after Mahomes had gotten hurt and hurt his hand, you can tell just like the play calling just kind of went down south, and they started adjusting to his hand. And from the reports that I got, I heard that his hand was swollen all week. Mm-hmm. So
They say he's supposed to be good to go, though.
I mean, and it's supposed to snow them tomorrow, so we'll get to that as well once we cover the Broncos game. But like I said, it was a tale of 2 halves. First half, the first drive, the Patriots got the ball and we stopped them, but we didn't because of stupid penalties. And that's what's been killing us all year was key penalties. Trying to get off the field on third down, and then we get a offense or defensive pass interference, and or offsides and things like that. That's what's been killing us all year. So that first half and that first drive, I feel like the Patriots only scored just because of us shooting ourselves in the foot. We also got the interception in the first half, which was huge.
Big one.
Yeah, which was huge from Breland. So he kind of redeemed himself off the pass interference calls. But I don't know. Let's just talk about the first half a little bit. And what y'all seen out of them?
First half, I was happy with the first half. To me, though, the offense still just seems out of sync to me. It just doesn't seem like it's flowing. Like I said, I know he did get hurt, like you said, which definitely he wasn't making some of the throws that he would normally make. And he couldn't really push the ball down the field like he normally does. So I get that part. But even before that injury, I felt like still the offense still wasn't in sync. Like they should have easily been able to move the ball on New England. I don't think New England's defense is that good, to be honest. And I felt like the game really shouldn't have been that close. If you watch that game, like it shouldn't have been that close. I feel like they had nobody who could guard Kelsey. In my opinion, he could have got whatever he wanted. Hardman was an absolute mismatch against anybody that who they put against him. That was definitely something we could have exploited, which we did at one point with the touchdown he had. But I just felt like the offense wasn't in sync, in my opinion.
What do you think about? I believe they put Gilmore on Watkins instead of Hill. I feel like Tyreek should have been getting off. Yeah, I understand they're doing the little bracket coveraging thing, but I feel like you can game plan and adjust to that to like some underneath throws and stuff because they're just having a safety over top so he doesn't kill them all in one shot.
Right, because they know Stephon can't keep up with him. Speed, I mean,
yeah,
he's a good cover corner, but they don't have the speed to match Tyreek.
Yeah, make him look bad, huh?
D-line and linebackers was coming after Pat, though. I mean, what's Winovich? He got away with one. And then that one time he got hit. Tell he got something in his stomach or his rib or something because he came up kind of favoring that. But I mean, he toughed it out, which I was glad to see. I mean, it's kind of been like that way all year for Pat. I mean, we knew coming into the season defenses were going to be gunning for him because then they're trying to get embarrassed like people was getting embarrassed last season. I mean, as an MVP, he was the face of the NFL. Now he's kind of a collective. It's a collective group, I'd say now, but. Still one of those top tier quarterbacks, but yeah, when I saw that Gilmore was kind of blanketing Sammy, I thought Tyreek might. Yeah, I thought he might get off.
Yeah, him and Travis for sure.
Yeah, and Travis he got his. I mean, I like the play call that they gave him down in the red zone. Get a little wildcat. Go with the fake.
I didn't like it at first. I was like, "What are y'all doing?" Oh,
that was a good play.
I mean, with his size and his natural ability, I like it.
Former quarterback too.
Yeah.
So
they can probably run some things off that play too.
Bearcats.
I was impressed with the defense early. I mean, I thought they did an awesome job
late
compared
to
late too. It ended up being a game that the defense helped win.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, as Draven said, the ball just wasn't moving like we had been previously. And so we really needed the defense to step up and show up, and they actually did. What's y'all take on the missed touchdown call?
I don't feel bad for them bums at all. I'm sorry. Patriots have been getting calls for years. So I don't feel bad for them at all.
Started their dynasty on the
Tucker Raiders.
Yeah. So
I don't feel bad. I think they might have got it robbed, but I mean, hey, we've all been there at some point. Defense was getting after Tom too, though.
That's what I was so happy to see, that we were blitzing Tom Brady. Like he's a statue back there. Like he's not mobile at all.
Joe Flacco.
Except for fourth and 9.
Yeah, he got that one long run.
I was so pissed.
He was so out of breath.
Nobody was expecting that. I get that. But I was definitely happy to see the blitz. I hope Frank Clark doesn't play against the Broncos, to be honest, because I like Passanio. Passanio gets to the quarterback.
Frank Clark had a pretty good game too.
I like passing yo better. I'm just saying. And we got to do whatever we got to do to sign Chris Jones. I don't care what you have to do.
Yeah.
We need Chris Jones.
Yeah,
but I was happy.
agree.
I was happy with the defense.
I remember very early on in the season, I said Chris Jones can walk, and I am walking. back my comments.
I'll take the walk.
That's
Yeah,
big. That's
I'll
big
take
of
that
you.
walk.
That's big of you.
Yeah. Pause.
He's a necessity. He's a necessity.
Matthew came up big in the secondary with some stops. I think the secondary is growing. It was going to take some time.
Yeah.
But they are, getting better.
This second half of the season, they really gelling.
I'm proud of our corners. Like our corners.
Now, granted, I guess
been
like
playing
maybe
well.
the receivers have not been.
upper echelon.
Yeah.
Houston,
But
they face some good crews.
yeah.
though, and
They
taking care
play
of business.
Houston pretty well. I mean,
It's also
for the
about
most
more
part.
so here late with the wins.
okay.
Yeah.
Because after Edelman, I don't really know.
Who else is on the team?
Yeah.
Me neither.
And they were able to keep Edelman in check
They ain't getting
for most
clock
part of the
anyway.
game, which was awesome.
Yeah,
I think Brady is not Brady.
At least for now.
Yeah, and the defense was able to take advantage of that. Get into the backfield, take him off his game a little bit. I agree with what Ernie said early. Like it's a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah,
It
was rolling in the first half.
Yeah, then second half we just couldn't move the ball. Now we know with the injury, but man, should have been able to maybe do something. McCoy had me nervous a few times. I just hate how he runs with the ball.
We ran the ball 29 times as well, and I think McCoy ran it 11 times for like 20 something yards.
Yeah, it wasn't
Our lack of
30?
a run game is horrible.
39.
39 yards. I mean,
Our run game is trash.
Yeah, Darwin Thompson did not get off. We thought he might.
We tried.
Were you thinking they were going to use Ware more?
I mean,
I was mad that they even had him in there like that because he hadn't played no games all year.
Out of shape.
I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
Just
nothing out of
sign.
Ware. Like honestly,
No.
man's been chilling on this couch.
Right.
I mean,
Like I like Ware once he gets going, but as like a second or third down back or something like that. But
Kind of like Darrell Williams.
and I guess he was forced to kind of play, because of Darrell Williams going down and McCoy, who we know we can't give him 20 carries, and Damian Williams being hurt.
he was a limited participant in practice this week.
But Thompson
Who,
gave us
Damian?
Damian, yeah.
Thompson gave us some false hope in that Oakland game because it was garbage time. So he was getting big runs, keeping that drive alive, and they ate a lot of clock. So you kind of thought he might be able to carry that over to the next game. But I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying that New England defense is trash, but
I just feel like it's more of our line
they're not all world like
than our
everybody was
running
giving them
backs,
in the
because
beginning.
our running backs can't be that bad. Like, I mean,
Is the O line?
I think it's the O-line.
Because I mean, if you watch a lot of those possessions, they're not getting much push.
Not at all. Like,
I mean, I'm glad they're healthy, but
Can't run block, can't pass
we need to
block.
figure this out. But yeah, I mean, 20,
Does this win give them confidence?
absolutely,
you heard the Frank Clark comments.
Absolutely.
Said they want the Patriots again. I don't know if I would have said
That man
that,
needs to
but
sit down somewhere.
I think it gives them confidence because of, their team is very they have a lot of the same players as last year. They couldn't beat them last year at all.
Yeah.
The Patriots stood in our way from going to the Super Bowl. So I mean, yeah, I think
/D4.
I think it is a confidence build, but at the same time, I think they are smart enough to know that this ain't the Patriots team that we seen last year as well.
Yeah.
So, like you
But
said,
I
yeah,
think
it's
beating them in
just-
Foxborough does help.
yeah, and
that
then knowing
confidence.
that we could possibly go back there too in the playoffs and know that we can win the game, and we didn't play our best.
Is it still a concern that we're winning more games on the road?
Not really. I mean, that's probably going to be our route in the playoffs.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, again,
potentially
I
one home
I
game.
said this a few weeks ago. I feel like there's no team once the Chiefs are on their game, there's no team that can beat us. I think the only team that actually beat us this year was ourselves with penalties, with costly turnovers. Like shit. That shoot.
bad clock management in the Titans game.
Bad clock management. But like that Kelsey fumble could have literally killed us. We was playing well that whole entire game.
Yep.
Had to lead the whole entire game. And Kelsey, that key fumble, because I think if he didn't fumble, we're going to punch it in for a touchdown. And this game is done.
Yeah, we was on our way to score for sure.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, I think we kill ourselves. So I think whenever we're on a roll, we're 1, 2, like top 2 best teams in the league.
On the flip,
But we have not been consistent like the Baltimores, like the San Francisco 49ers. Like we haven't been consistent. So I can talk about that all day as a Chiefs fan and as a person who's seen every single game, every single snap. But, to the person that's in another market, I can say that. They be like, boy, you crazy.
and Chiefs get labeled finesse, which they not wrong, because we're not punching people in the mouth like Baltimore. We're not running it down your throat, pause. Toting the rock.
Right.
And jump the gate on y'all.
But
on the flip side of the turning over the ball, I like how the defense has been stepping up, getting turnover. I mean, at least won a game at a crucial time in the game. Like, we'll take that, because I think that killed New England's momentum too. That pick.
It was a great read.
Yeah,
by Breland, I thought.
I think he kind of got lucky too.
Yeah,
Tom seen him, but I mean, you got to jump on that.
He jumped that route though.
Matthew's been getting a couple of good picks too. Turnovers have been helping, because I mean that's key in any game.
yeah, this
Either side of the ball.
starting to gel together as a defense, learning that the new scheme, new players. But here's my question for you guys before we move on. All right, so in order for this Chiefs team or offense to succeed, what would you rather have? A reliable, productive running game, or
Yes.
reliable, productive second wide receiver?
Number
Like-
one.
The running game
The running games,
frees up Pat.
especially as it's starting to get cold, you need somebody who can run the ball.
That's playoff football.
Okay.
Strong defense, strong running game.
I agree.
Because if
But
other teams know they just gotta sit back and play the pass, that's gonna make it tough for Pat, man. At least that's what helped when we had Kareem, because you couldn't just load up for Pat. You had to respect Kareem, because he would run down your throat.
And watch him out the backfield too.
Pause.
I mean, he had hands out the backfield
Yeah.
too, though.
I wish we could sign Kareem back.
Pause.
I wish we could.
Hands up the backfield.
watch them hands.
You already know where that's going.
Okay.
See that up here?
Oh, Dwight Howard, huh?
I mean, I guess if you're going the whole thing, but
Little chocolate surprise, huh?
finger popper, finger popper.
I went back and watched that.
You saw that?
Yes. That man gross, man.
Yeah, I just realized his hair is purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know what y'all doing over there in LA, man. You got
I was about
Rondo
to say, he living
staring
good.
down Luka.
He said,
Who was it, Luca?
Yes.
Oh, he said,
Made that young white man very uncomfortable.
that shit was suspect as hell, man. I don't know.
So we're seeing the defense that the Chiefs are playing, and the boost of that defense and the shift in their defense came in Denver at Mile High.
what a performance!
Very. Sunday, they get Denver again. Do we get that same kind of defensive presence? CJ.
I would like to see that the rematch from I forget what week that was, but second.
One of the previous
probably
ones.
week 5 or so.
Yeah,
I
it
want to
was
say
pretty early.
5.
Yeah, that was the game that Pat got hurt in. So rematch against the Broncos, different quarterback this time. They're rolling with Drew Lock, the hometown kid.
He said he is ready.
He's actually been playing well.
Week 7.
That's what they all say.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about that him being ready. It's a different environment. I mean, and it's on
Talk
the
about
road.
it.
On the road,
Talk about it.
talking about snow.
A lot of it.
Yeah, we'll see. But even still, it's gonna be cold.
Very.
Even if it don't snow that much. I think the defense, they're gonna be coming after him. They know he's young. I mean, it's only his third start. Third game too, because he's been hurt before this. But I mean, honestly, it surprised me what they did against Houston. They played pretty well. He did. He had 3 touchdowns, I believe. Let's see. So far, he's at 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the year. He's at like 70-something% passing, completing 70% of his passes. But like I said, only 2 starts. But I'm looking for the defense to have a big day. Probably not the same as the first game because that was you talking about statue, statue of Flacco.
Don't move at all.
Right, but last week, Noah Fant.
Mm-hmm.
He had a
Omaha's own.
He had a big. He's from Omaha. I didn't know that.
Went to South High School in Omaha.
Yep, a lot of the teachers went up there to check him out.
Shout out. I know he went to Iowa.
Iowa for college. Yep.
But he got off last week. He had like 4 catches for 113 in a tub. So
you can't catch though.
Yeah, and I mean he's also a rookie too. I think though. I mean him being that's a big target in the middle of the field. I think Locke will probably be looking there most of the day. A security blanket. But I'm not real confident in this Denver team. I mean, they did kind of surprise me last week what they did to Houston. But Chiefs playing well. Hopefully this week gave time for Pat to heal, get his hand back right, or at least get the swelling down. Hopefully we can get the running game going. Like I said, I mean, another week for Ware. I don't know how big of a role he'll play. Probably about the same as last week, with this only being his second week here and with the team. But like you said, Damian Williams limited action in practice. I'm looking for the Chiefs though. Looking definitely for the win. I don't know if I'll say big though, just depending on the weather. It might be kind of close. Who knows? I mean,
this is where the run game comes in handy, though.
Yeah, this is where you definitely wish to have that.
With the snow and cold, but then also to give Pat a break to not have to throw 50 times like he did against the Patriots.
And we know what they have on the running game, Phillip Lindsay. I mean, and Royce Freeman hadn't been doing what he was doing last year, but they still have both options. And our defense has been known to be able to run on. So, but I'm looking for the Chiefs to pull out a victory, hopefully have a strong performance. I'll go 24-17, probably Chiefs with the win.
I definitely love our chances in this game. Please give us Drew Lock tomorrow. He has thrown an interception in both of his games. One against the Chargers, one last week against the Texans. First game against the Chargers, I mean, Phillip Rivers, the man's up and down. You don't know. I don't even know if he'll be a Charger next year. Game against
he will be.
The game against Houston.
They might
keep bringing him back. We love him. Game against the Texans. I mean, Texans are just. I don't know, man. What's up with the Texans? Some weeks they look good. They go and dominate the Patriots, and then other weeks
get worked by Baltimore.
Look like trash. Like I don't know what to think of Houston. To be honest with you, but it's gonna be a lot of pressure. I feel like Drew Lock's gonna feel pressure. Okay, because it's hometown. He's gonna have tons of family and friends there. He's gonna want to play good. I feel like he's gonna be pressing a little bit because he wants to try and play good in front of his friends and family.
Moving too fast,
and this is only his 4th start. I think he's definitely gonna have at least one turnover. Like I said, he's had one in the past 2 games. He's gonna have at least one turnover, but I'm thinking there's gonna be 2, an interception and a fumble. I feel like he'll have. Our defense has been playing amazing these last few weeks. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I feel like Spaz is gonna definitely put some pressure on him often throughout this game. I mean, he's a young rookie quarterback. You got to pressure him, give him different looks, confuse him a little bit. Bring some good schemes against him. That way he doesn't know where the pressure is coming from. Some corner blitzes. Matthews been playing huge. Breland, if he can stop committing penalties, when he's a good player. Sometimes he just has bad technique. But I feel like he can fix that. That can be corrected. But if it's cold and snowing like they say it's going to be, you can bet Denver's going to give us a healthy dose of the run. Reggie Rags is going to have to be in there. Hitchens is going to have to come. Wilson's going to have to come. We're going to have to shut it down. Big Noddy in the middle, clogging up. Maybe Saunders might get in there a little bit and clog it up. But you can expect a heavy dose of the run if the weather's bad. And we just got to be ready for it. Come with our hard hats on and be ready to play and shut them down.
Bring your lunch pail.
Yeah, I mean, y'all said everything that I was thinking. I just hope that we are able to establish some type of run tomorrow with it being snowing. And, maybe this is our time where we can maybe start pushing the line a little bit and start doing it earlier in the game, and maybe that'll kind of get them in some type of consistent rhythm to push these guys off their blocks. And hopefully Damian plays. Hopefully
He's questionable right now.
Yeah,
And so is Frank Clark.
Yeah, questionable means he's probably not going to play, especially with a rib injury, and then with Clark, him being sick.
Yeah, we just call it sick.
Mysterious sickness.
It mysterious all year.
Yeah, so call it whatever you want it, but I don't think we need much to beat the Broncos. But I'm also not going to really undersell them as well, with it being a rivalry game. They know us, and like you said, you got the local kid playing, so he's definitely going to be juiced up. But I just think that we're a better team, and we should better coached, and I think we should win big tomorrow.
Juiced up. All right. Well, with the Chiefs, this is a big game. Need this win to stay. We've already clinched the division, but to be able to maybe try to get that 1 or 2 seed for that bye. Let's look at this NFL playoff picture. It has shifted with some games on last week.
A little bit.
We'll probably shift some more after tomorrow. Dre.
Thank you for the assist. 3 games left in the season. First of all, I want to start off by saying we definitely still have a chance to get that 2 seed. It is doable. Now, Patriots schedule, they got the Bills left. But other than that, I know they got the Dolphins,
Cincy,
and they got the Bengals this week, which
cheating.
I mean, maybe the Red Rifle can come out there, had a game of his life. I don't know. They stealing signals though, so
they got tape on him.
Yeah, it might not work.
He's doomed.
But Buffalo should have beat them the first time.
They got tape, not the Patriots.
Really, Buffalo should have beat them the first time. Now this game's going to be in Foxborough, which is going to be tough, but that's pretty much the best chance we have. Now they do struggle against the Dolphins, though. I will say. They have gone down to Miami and lost a couple times. So
they're playing a little better now, too.
That could happen, too.
Late in the year. Flores, too. He's a former New England guy.
But, yeah, we do have – I want to start off by saying we do have a chance to still get a bye.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need to win out, but it is doable. But as the playoffs stand today, I'll go into these matchups. Right now in the AFC –
I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Thank you. I appreciate that like you did last time.
Tannehill.
Lost fouls of KC Sports Bros.
I wasn't here for that one.
Look it up, kids. AFC matchups. Right now, it will be KC versus Pitt. Houston versus
KC.
Houston versus, well, obviously, I thought that went without saying. And Houston against Buffalo.
In Houston.
I would rather play, my personal preference, I would rather play Pitt than I would the Titans. Titans scare the shit out of me.
Tannehill Titans.
Okay.
Derrick Henry scares me.
Yeah, I'd rather play Pitt. Give me Duck Hodges in Arrowhead in his first career playoff game, please. I would take that all day.
Duck.
Sure. Because they really, I mean, yeah, I take Pitt. Houston, Buffalo, it's a toss-up. I got to be honest. Because, like I said a little bit ago, I don't know which Houston team's going to show up. They're inconsistent. Buffalo.
Houston does play Tennessee tomorrow. That'll dictate that 4th seed.
Houston Tennessee could still conceivably get the,
and we got to play Houston twice.
Wow.
But yeah,
Two of the last three?
They played the last week too.
Play them tomorrow and then the last week.
That's crazy.
That's bad scheduling.
It's gonna be tough.
But as it stands today, Houston Buffalo, it's really a toss up to me. I don't really know who will win that game, to be honest.
I think Buffalo may be. Well, it's in Houston.
Yeah, it's in Houston.
They got work.
But they got against the Broncos.
Nobody expected the Broncos to go in that and do that to Houston. So as we switch over to the NFC, as it stands today, New Orleans will play Minnesota, and Dallas will play Seattle. That New Orleans, Minnesota, I feel like that would be a hell of a game. Rematch. Against the
right off the bat.
The missed tackle against Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell angle that guy was taking.
His eyes was closed.
Wasn't looking at what he was hitting. Pause.
Don't pause that.
You got to keep your eyes open, son.
Let's play.
And then, but I think it's of course with it being in New Orleans, I think New Orleans would give it to Minnesota in New Orleans. But it'd be a good game. I think New Orleans will pull away. Dallas and Seattle.
Look at the records.
I have no faith in Dallas. Okay,
Seattle.
Zero.
They've been talking about reseeding, which NFL said they're not going to consider that this year. But I definitely am a fan of reseeding in these playoffs. I feel like if you win your division, you should definitely still be in the playoffs. But depending on what your record is, you shouldn't get a home game if you finish the season 9-7 and another team finishes 13-3. Like I don't feel like that's fair at
crazy.
all. But even if it's in Dallas, Seattle beat the brakes off of them. Dallas hasn't beaten a team with a winning record all year. They suck. Seattle will give it to them. Like I said all year, Russ has been getting that thing before every game. He's ready. Throw him in there.
Not last week.
Last week. She was out of town.
Yeah, she was doing her Nick show, her Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, she was. That explains it.
So my winners in those two games will be Seattle beating Dallas and New Orleans beating Minnesota. What are your picks?
What are your thoughts, just to everybody, about the teams that's still in the hunt?
It's crazy in the NFC.
NFC is Rams, Bears, and Eagles.
Rams are like,
Dude, Rams making a late push.
they like 8-5, 9.
Yeah, 8-5.
That's ridiculous. They in the hunt.
Bears are 7-6.
They still got a chance.
Eagles are 6-7.
They still got a chance because their division's garbage.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Giants last week.
AFC Titans are in the hunt. The Browns,
Titans make me sick.
Raiders, Colts, and Broncos.
Broncos have no chance.
No.
Let's get
the Colts
let's
still
get
have a
them out of
chance. That's crazy too. The Colts.
Yeah, the Colts can win out and have some things happen for them, but I think it's between Tennessee and Pitt.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have no faith in Cleveland. Tennessee and Pitt for that final spot.
Mm-hmm.
They can't even get trained.
I actually think that Tennessee going to slide into that 4th spot personally.
So we'll just say
I wouldn't be
Tennessee,
surprised.
Cleveland, and
Wouldn't
Houston.
be surprised.
I mean, Tennessee, Pitt, and Houston.
Yeah.
For three of those teams will get. I mean, 2 of those 3 teams will get those 2 spots.
Do the Cowboys not make it?
No, I don't see the Eagles winning out.
But Eagles play the Cowboys though.
Eagles are hurt though.
I don't
man.
see them winning out. Though.
They're really hurt.
Yeah, they have no wide receivers right now.
Yeah, and they barely beat the Giants the other day. But I think the Dallas is pretty much going to go into the playoffs on freaking default.
8-8.
Yeah, 8-8 and shit.
What they call that?
Maybe.
Maybe
Back
7-9.
I was about to say it might be 7-9 to be honest.
and
into
get that
the
home
playoffs.
game
Because they got
too.
the Rams this week. They're gonna lose to the Rams.
Yeah.
Because Rams is playing now. They finally giving Gurley the
Then
ball.
I think they got the Eagles.
Then they got the Eagles in Dallas because they beat them in Philly earlier in the year. I thought.
No, I think that game was at Dallas. The first game. I have to check that.
Yeah, you're right. It is gonna be in Philly. So they got the Rams at home. Then they go to Philly, and then they come back home for the Redskins. Which I mean Haskins. So that should be a win.
Dwayne.
Should be.
But I mean, if Eagles come with it at home,
Yeah, you're right.
I mean anything because who the Eagles?
Anything is
got left?
possible.
Well, while you're looking for Tennessee, tomorrow they got the Texans. And then on the 29th, they got the Texans. But that in-between game is the Saints.
Oh Lord,
The Colts
Yeah.
play the Saints this
Where?
week too.
It's in Tennessee. But it's
Saints,
still the Saints.
they gonna come to play that game because they want to play for seeding in the playoffs. So Saints gonna come with it.
That Tennessee Houston is a toss up.
And then the week that Tennessee plays the Saints, let's see, who did the Texans had the Buccaneers.
Jameis.
I mean, I'm not saying
Jameis will throw 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
I'm
I read the other day
Doug.
he is in position to potentially
seen
lead the league in passing yards,
passing touchdowns.
passing touchdowns, and interceptions.
interceptions.
Like that's nuts.
he can throw the ball. He's
Yeah,
just a
to other
turnover
teams.
machine.
Yeah.
He's like-
Never lack confidence.
Yeah, he's
No.
gonna throw it.
But Eagles, real quick, Eagles got the Redskins this week, which should be a win. It's in Washington, but it still should be a win. Then they got the Cowboys, and then they finished the season against the Giants. So, I mean,
Dang, that's crazy.
they can definitely win out. I mean,
They have to win out. Though,
I don't feel like they
believe.
need receivers to be the Redskins. And then if they can just come with it against the Cowboys, and then, well, Giants almost beat them last week. But
Do the Chiefs have a chance to slide in that too?
it's like a 10% chance, man. Like I said, Buffalo's the best chance for New England to lose, but it's in Foxborough, so I'll give them like a 10% chance.
I think the one's out of the question.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, one's done. I don't even know if we can. Can we even get that many wins? Yeah, I guess we can.
But Baltimore will have to lose like the remainder of their games.
Yeah, and we do have the tiebreaker over them too. So they will have to one more game, and they got it locked up the number 1 seed. I guess we are the only team that can actually get the number 1 seed from them too.
It's a strong win from earlier this season. Because
and now that win means so much more.
Baltimore's a completely different team now than they were then.
I think the 49ers keep their 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Unless something crazy happens, and then the Packers.
That was crazy on last Sunday.
I can't believe that. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a lower scoring game.
I wasn't expecting that kind of shootout.
That was a good game, though.
I expect like maybe 50 points total, not, 90 points?
And I thought New Orleans was going to get him.
Yeah, I mean, they made for a good game, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, like, and at the way it stands now, like, some of this stuff can still shake up quite a bit. Just like, I mean, I know it make a difference now with the Seahawks losing last week, but that week before, with them beating the Vikings, it like really swapped up the playoff seedings.
That's crazy. That over-under of that game was 46, and they scored 94 points total. So whoever had the over,
Yeah, that's a shootout.
is happy. Right.
But yeah, so
You think Green Bay make any noise?
I mean, they got a bye right now.
I mean, they're 10-3. I mean, they've just been too inconsistent.
I'm about to say they let the Redskins hang around in that game.
Shoot, they let the Chiefs hang around with homeboy.
They got beat by the Chargers on the road, but they got work that game. Well, no, I mean they got work against San Francisco.
Like realistic,
I
like
don't
just
think they
based
played
off
anybody.
of, you know,
They haven't really played anybody.
current seedings, they could end up playing the Saints.
Yeah, that's a L.
I'll see that.
I mean, it'd be at Lambeau
That's
if that matters.
That's an L. That's about the only thing they got going for them. That mystique,
Drew Brees played at Purdue
nostalgia.
from the Big Ten.
Yeah, cold weather.
He used to.
And for AFC, if everything stays as is and Chiefs beat the Steelers, then they got the Patriots in Foxborough. Like, playoff time is different from regular season time.
I agree, but that definitely was a confidence boost. Them going in there,
Beating them in Foxborough, yeah.
Yeah, we can revisit this in a week, too.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
going to
some
be
predictions.
different.
Yeah. I think in 2 weeks, I think everything's going to shape up before week 17.
Does the Chicago game for the Chiefs scare anybody?
Nope,
Kind of a sleeper.
not at all.
Not to me.
If we're healthy, we're fine.
Do you think they come out a little more motivated because they are still in the hunt?
Absolutely.
Hopefully,
No, I mean the Bears.
I mean,
Absolutely.
they look good against Dallas.
Yeah, if they're
Well, most have.
Everybody.
And I think we're going to get their best game anyway because of their coach as well. You know, him coming off of
That's homegrown.
being underneath Andy Reid.
You
So-
know, Dak is leading the league in passing yards.
He's been balling, but
They're just not winning the games.
A lot of his yards are coming garbage time though.
And against garbage teams, but you know that I'm not going to take away my final take.
Or throwing a lot of yards to try to come back in games.
true. They all count.
This is the KC Sports Bros podcast. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, and then check us out as we keep sending more of that sports content your way, and talking KC sports, and throwing a little Tennessee in there from time to time. So we'll jump into our Monday night football prediction. Currently, where are we at? I am 6-3. Dre is 5-4. Ernie is 7-2. CJ is 6-3, and Trey is 1-0.
Batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this week we got the Colts at the Saints in the Superdome.
Do we even have to discuss this?
Saints.
Yeah. I didn't think we had the Saints.
Yes.
I got
Discuss
Saints.
this. Saints.
Nola.
No discussion necessary.
Yeah. Know your clap.
Is it close at all?
No.
I don't think so.
Not
I
in
don't.
New Orleans.
I think it's gonna be a blowout.
And they probably pissed off after losing that game that they just it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for Jacoby.
It's a primetime game too.
No,
Like Monday night.
Yep, they play. I don't know what their stats are, but probably on Monday night in New Orleans, they're probably damn near undefeated with Drew Brees as QB.
Yeah, New Orleans is favored by 9.
And then I think that will be in the first quarter.
Right. So I think we can move on.
All right, our brand new segment for the KC Sports Bros podcast, Slap in the Face. This segment came about Lost Files. We
Purely organic.
we talked a few weeks ago on the
Whatever that
podcast.
means. Whatever that means.
All right,
Natural.
Thank you.
Okay.
non-genetically modified.
Yeah.
Trisket.
Thank you, Ref.
Not Kim Kardashian. But go ahead.
Not at all.
Or Kylie.
Pow pow.
Terrible.
Great.
Anyway,
Great tapes though.
Taking shots.
a few weeks ago on the
Never seen
podcast, we
it.
talked about. I have no idea what that
Allegedly.
is. Colin Kaepernick and his tryout.
There you go.
And on the
Lost Files.
episode, Dre brought up a slap in the face that Kaepernick still has not been signed, has not been looked at. But one of the receivers that was brought in got a tryout.
Damn shame.
And so now here we are with the new segment, Slap in the Face. Dre, what's the slap in the face for episode 14? Inaugural slap in the face goes to who?
This week, the slap in the face goes to, and this isn't sports this week, but it just touched my heart. Lil Fizz from B2K.
Oh god.
Slap in the fucking face, okay?
Reunion
Think
show?
you bleeped the wrong words there.
You knew what I was trying to
That's
do.
all right. We'll edit that out. Go
Slap
ahead.
in the face. I mean, I commend Omarion.
Nice move.
I don't have this kind of patience, this kind of thought process strategy to hold out this long, to go into deep thought to get somebody back. But the man announced the tour on Little Fizz's birthday. I mean, that he wasn't going to be on it. It was just going to be him, Bow Wow,
Pretty
Yin Yang
Ricky.
Twins,
Pretty
Pretty Ricky, Sammy. I didn't know he was still alive.
I think he's got new music.
Ashanti's gonna guest spot on some of the shows, but B2K is cut out.
It's just Omarion.
J Bug made a comment, a little video, said this is I hate to say it, but this is 90% Fizz's fault. I said, Mel, throw your guy under the bus. It's 100% his fault.
You're right.
I mean,
throw him.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Run him over.
and now Fizz was saying they were never friends, but still, y'all was in a group together. You can't go smash your bro's baby mom. Come on, man. Like, there's just some lines you can't cross.
This is current, or was this back in the?
No, he's with her now.
Yeah, they're together now.
They're together. They're in a relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in a Fizz is in a relationship with
Full blown.
Omarion's baby mama. Has 2 kids with Omarion, and now they're together in a relationship.
Wow.
It would have been more than that to happen if I was Omarion. I'm sorry. That's just some lines you can't cross. We boys, or whether or not you consider us friends. We were on the road together for years. We in a group, and now you with my. I mean, it's just. But I commend Omarion. Obviously, he's meditating. He's in church or something to wait that long. But the strategy to announce it on this man's birthday that you ain't getting the bag no more. You out. Slap in the face. That is my slap in the face of the week.
Slap this. Wow.
Yeah, that is
I
tough.
love it.
Well thought out. I don't think anybody has that patience.
No,
I mean, he cutting his money though. If they taking him on tour,
it would have been on site though with me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry.
aren't they on the same show?
You going to see me.
No,
Or
Mario's
they-
not
he
on
not
there.
on there no more?
No,
Okay.
he's not on there. No.
Well, Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah,
That's because they were.
Is that the show that they're on?
he was on there a couple seasons ago, but he's not on there.
I never watched that one. I always watch Atlanta.
But Fizz is still on there.
I seen like one episode they was playing basketball. They was hooping with like Soldier Boy.
Yeah, he's not on there.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, what is
Oh,
this?
Lord. DeAndre?
Yeah,
turn
Drake. So I came around. I hit them with the dough.
Then I was like, pow, pow, pow. Then my homeboy walked in and was like, "Oh, don't shoot us, me, it's me." Oh, cool. All right. Drew him a gun.
Nobody tells a story like Soldier Boy.
DeAndre Way.
It was so many memes like when you tell your grandkids about World War III.
Real quick before we move on, the Saints are 9-17 on Monday Night Football.
That's all time though.
That's all time.
Yeah, not with Drew
Not
Brees.
in the Breeze. I want to
mean,
see what they
was-
are in the Breeze era.
Under Sean Payton's era, they are 3-2.
That's
What about in New Orleans?
Also, it was
Can we break that down even more?
The last one in New Orleans was in 2008.
No, they played earlier this.
No, they've had a Monday night.
They had
game.
one against the Texans. Yeah, the first game of the year. That was a Monday night game.
Well, I'm saying not this year.
Oh, okay.
They won
4-2.
51-29 against Green Bay at the Superdome.
Where are you getting these stats?
Yeah. Is that Wikipedia?
No.
Is this Baptist
Sports.
I know that.
All right, let's move on.
Wayland Baptist.
That's New
All
Orleans
right.
Saints website.
W. I know they beat Atlanta that one Monday night game when
serving up them hot ales?
your boy blocked the punt. He's like a vegetable now.
Vaguely
I
remember.
forget his name, but
Way to kill the show, Chris.
Right, a vegetable.
Jeez.
Hey,
Jeez, you about as bad as Janoris Jenkins calling people retards on Twitter. Man got released, lost his job.
I think the Chiefs gonna sign him. By the
I
way.
hope so.
oh, you see T Suggs
Yeah,
got released too?
T Suggs
He
said he
wants
only
to go
wants
back.
to pay for.
He said he'll
records.
go back to Baltimore for a
that's it.
reunion.
And that's it. He
But
won't go anywhere
I'm
else.
sure it's more about the
never
win than it is about a reunion. He wants a ring.
yeah.
He wants the
yeah.
ring.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's jump into these final takes. CJ.
Honestly, with the T Suggs, I wouldn't mind them bringing him in. I heard somebody talking about that the other day. Bring him in just so he could tell us all about Baltimore. But no, that's not my final take.
Go for it.
All right.
This dude get takes every week.
Final takes.
Yeah, we sometimes I was gonna ask if you needed to go last.
I'm fine in my usual spot.
Okay.
All right.
No, final take. I've been watching a little bit more basketball, even though we're still in football mode. Basketball has been more prevalent. Got a good look at the Lakers last night.
Talk about it. That game against the Heat. Talk about it.
Yeah, I thought Jimmy Buckets was gonna get him, but Lakers pulled it out. They showed that they get this is a tough team to beat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got a lot of talent on that team. I
Got
mean,
the cane.
Didn't even have Kuz last night.
top to bottom.
Didn't need him.
Still beatable.
Yeah, their size is hard to match. But yeah, but you still got LeBron. I was waiting for somebody. But I mean, you still got LeBron. I mean, AD is playing on a high level. I mean, they're talking about potential MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if he would get both, but I could definitely see Defensive Player of the Year.
Has that been done?
I don't know about MVP. Check on that. I don't know.
No, AD has been balling this year.
But I don't know. We there might have been lost files too, but LA is looking like the team to beat Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
LA Lakers. They're looking like the team to beat in the NBA right now. That's my final take. They looking good.
Now, what was that comment? I know you're a Heat fan, but what was that comment you made?
My final take is coming up.
Okay.
Said they're beatables. What I thought I heard.
Okay.
It is. All right. Big Iron, final take.
Where they go?
All right. So my final take has to do with a take I had earlier in one of our earlier episodes of Dak Prescott as MVP. God, rest his soul. But I'm gonna have to Michael Jackson moonwalk.
Oh,
My comments back.
two moonwalks in one show.
Wow.
Did something happen to Dak?
Dak has been pedestrian at times,
Trash.
and I believe Dre had pretty much said it
Come on now.
perfectly earlier.
Come on
as,
now.
He put all his stats up in garbage time or against garbage teams.
Talk about it.
I thought Dak was going to be the man because of a couple reasons why. One, he's looking for a contract.
Uh-huh.
Not going to get it.
And two, he has Amari Cooper and has a good running game and a good line. You tell the truth.
This man has been delivered.
Dak Prescott has 4,122 yards on the season, 24 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Does lead the league in passing yards right now. But I'm still moonwalking
6
back.
and 7.
I don't know who's going to win MVP.
Huh?
So it's
Now, see, you was doing so well.
it's gonna be a quarterback.
You
I
was
tell you
doing
that.
so well.
It'll be a quarterback.
I think Russell Wilson's going to get it.
Huh?
I'm just
Get what?
kidding, guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Like
Lamar
6 weeks
Jackson's
ago.
going to get the
I'm about to say, I
MVP.
can name some things he's gonna get, but
Go get it.
my goodness.
Yeah, he's going to two-step in that. But
Hey.
Oh,
like I said, I'm moonwalking my comments back. Dak Prescott, I wouldn't be surprised if he
Dre
even
is
gets
in
a
tears right now.
I don't even know if he's going to get a contract next year. I think they might franchise him and okay. Enough with the
Where you see him going next?
dramatic.
Well, is he in Dallas next year?
I think he's in Dallas next year, but I don't know if he's going to get that long-term contract that he's looking for. I think they might franchise him.
Before we go on, 2 players have won MVP and Defensive Player in the same year.
I don't even care.
Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Dream.
All right.
I don't think he's getting it though.
Nah, he probably won't. Dre, final takes.
Final takes.
Yeah.
Number one, a quick ad. My son over here. I mean, the man has finally woke up. I love you, young brother. I do. I'm happy to see that God has opened your eyes
All right.
to the prize,
Mm-hmm.
and that prize is not Dak.
Say on.
I'm going to pray for you.
You've
brother.
been delivered. You have been
I
delivered.
appreciate that. We're going to pray for you.
I don't like men's no more.
I wasn't gonna go there, but you went there. Thank you. Final takes. Number one, I gotta start with this man, Carmelo. This man had the audacity to say he feels like his number should be retired in Denver and New York.
Go Denver.
The blasphemy. I don't know if this man. I feel like he thinks he's better than what he is. Don't get me wrong. Carmelo's a hell of a scorer. I want to say, I looked at the stats earlier. I want to say 10-time All-Star, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. But he didn't do nothing in New York to deserve to get his jersey retired.
Yeah, I mean, he put up numbers, but that was it.
He was a scoring champ while he was in New York. He led the league in scoring.
Did they win any playoffs?
They never. I think they went to the playoffs maybe once, but they got out in the first round. Like they didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
and
I know they lost to LeBron in the first round.
his first year there, he wasn't even the main headline. Do y'all remember who was? Linsanity. Jeremy Lin was the headline. That his first year there, it wasn't even Carmelo. Jersey retired. I retired Jeremy Lin's jersey before I retired Carmelo's.
He had 15 minutes, man.
Worried about getting jersey retired. You better worry about Lala retiring that account if he get caught cheating one more time. That's what you need to worry about. Focus on what
you wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
focus on what you need to focus on.
You wasn't with me shooting.
Carmelo's, you're ridiculous for that New York comment.
Denver?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him to Denver.
They made the playoffs. He took them to the playoffs a few years in Denver. I'll give him Denver, but
What's
New
the
York,
conference finals?
hell no. They ain't even. I don't even think they retired Bernard King's jersey in New York, and he was a hell of a Nick.
I would rather see that.
Come on, man, get out of here. Last final take I have, your boy Terrell Pryor. I gotta talk about it, man.
Talk about it.
Had a little domestic dispute. The man got stabbed
Good Lord.
in the shoulder and the chest by a young lady. I wrote her name down, named Shalaya Briston. If you look up at her mugshot, she's smiling.
I'm looking that up now.
She's smiling in her mugshot.
She did that.
She happy about it. Nice lip. Smiling in her mugshot. Okay. Apparently, the story goes, Terrell Pryor was home. You know, I'm gonna speculate here a little bit. Allow me to use my
Take your liberties.
my spiritual imagination on this.
Oh.
The man was at home
Blue Springs.
having a nice Bible study.
Oh.
Maybe with a glass of wine. You know, listening to some Kurt Franklin. Waiting on this young lady to get home.
Sounds like one of my weekdays.
Yeah, you know that's what we all. No, let me keep it real. The man was at home, probably smoking, drinking, because he ain't in the league right now. Getting mad His girl didn't show up till 3-4 in the morning, so he's pissed because she was out all night clubbing with her friends. That's how the story goes. She walks in with her girls, probably still turned up like, "Hey, we was getting it in the club." Terrell said, "Well, who?" He was probably in there sitting in the dark, waiting on her to open the door.
Pull the light switch on the
light
left.
switch on. Okay, he was pissed. Got into a little dispute with her. Somehow she gets her hand on the knife, stabs the man in the shoulder and the chest. He gets charged with a misdemeanor. She gets charged with attempted murder. Yes, that's right, folks. She has been charged with attempted murder.
He was in critical condition.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was serious.
They didn't think he was gonna make it.
She requested bond. She did not get approved, so she is still locked up. No bond. She is in jail. Attempted murder. Tried to kill this man.
That's baby mama.
They wasn't. I don't. What I read, they don't have kids together. They just boyfriend girlfriend. But she was out all night clubbing. Apparently, he was pissed because he was sitting at home by. Now this is my thing. Okay,
Allegedly, but go ahead.
Let's keep it real here. Okay.
We don't know the facts.
Talk about
Let's
it.
keep it real here. Okay. You a football player. I'm still Terrell. He ain't blew through all his money yet. Hopefully, he still got a little money left.
I'm sure he still got some Ohio State money.
Come on
but
now.
Let's not even talk about that.
Trestle.
Why the hell you just chilling at home on a weekend while your girl out the club? You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got no boys. You ain't got no what's the word I want to use here?
He ain't got no fries to his steak.
You ain't got no friends.
You got a movie to go to?
No female friends you can go hang out with at church or
The library.
little midnight confessional. A little
That one caught you, didn't it? That one caught you.
Good girls at the church.
I mean,
Good wholesome girl. Good clean girls.
you got Shalea out here venturing into all these endeavors in the club,
Endeavors.
and you
Makes
just sitting
another
at,
appearance.
you just sitting at home chilling. Like
He's waiting on that call.
my thing is,
Waiting on that Roger
if
Goodell
you going
call.
out, I'm going out, and I guarantee I won't be the first one home. I would have been, because this can't be the first time that she done went out. This can't be the first time that she done went out and came home at 3 or 4 in the morning. You don't.
Amen. Praise God.
So if this, for him to react like the way he did, this must have happened before.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a possibility. Amen. Praise
But
God.
apparently this time she wasn't having it. She came with the knife and she was ready to go.
I think CTE is probably the okay. Let's
Wrap that gavel up, B.
Yeah.
That's the end of my final text.
Praise God. Final takes.
Prayers to you, Terrell Pryor. Hope you get better.
Speedy recovery.
prayers to Chantel or whatever her name is.
Shalea Bristol.
Shalea.
Chantel.
Orange is the new black. All right.
Looking at about 15 to 20.
Attempted murder. That's tough. KU. My first final take. Got the win today. 98-57 over UMKC.
They didn't play
Kansas City.
nobody though. But
Kansas City.
Yeah, they played at the Sprint Center. It was a good win.
They just call them Kansas City.
really? They don't call them UMKC no more?
Yeah, they changed it to Kansas City.
KC.
Yeah, it's still a unit. Whatever.
The rules.
Can't see the rules.
The rules.
Yeah, still the rules. We talked about it in our opening. Sierra Canyon, St. Vincent, St. Mary. There is 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Sierra Canyon has now come back to take a 1-point lead.
Who cares?
They were losing most of the game. They said they approximate about 14,000 on hand.
St. Vincent
Tonight.
good.
Yeah.
They must be getting those recruits there.
They were down
Thought they were public school.
56-55. And the inbounds pass was made, stolen by Bronny. With a wide open layup to take the lead.
Who cares? Again.
Is he wearing 0?
I don't know.
I just see her these open run AAU YouTube videos.
Yeah. My final take, Miami Heat. Great game last night.
Yeah, he's standing alone on that one. Standing on that ledge by yourself.
They played great defense
Okay.
on LeBron. 7 turnovers in the first half. Great defense.
What was LeBron's final stat line?
7 turnovers in the first half.
What was his final stat line?
7 turnovers in the first half.
They didn't have a lot of time.
I'll look it
That
up.
was the
for you.
first half, though. What was the final stat line? He gave an interview and talked about that in this post interview too.
That's awesome. 7 turnovers in the first half.
Said they got in his ass.
Kept the game close.
He said Boogie Cousins AD got in his ass. Pause. Those were his words, not
He
mine.
said, okay, I'll go. Let's go.
They are tonight playing the Mavericks, and they are up 82-70. They are currently 11-1 at home.
So you're not gonna tell the full story.
That they lost last night?
They lost.
By 3. Yeah.
And that was their first home loss. Who gave them their first home loss?
Still got to play them again. And this time it'll be in LA. So
Even worse.
Yeah.
I disagree. Miami has succeeded expectations. This is going to be a great year for them. Currently 5-0 in the division.
Is Deion Waiters in rehab yet? Or
He did get suspended again.
third time being suspended?
4th.
Had a seizure on the plane from eating weed gummies?
Yeah. Had to make an emergency stop. That's
Tyreek Evans, they's good
Yeah.
buddies.
Deion Waiters is. I don't know what's going on with that guy. But we have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, who is coming into his own.
Do they still have Justice Winslow?
I don't think so. I think he's gone.
I didn't see him in.
He's trash.
Well, he's been hurt too.
Bam turned around though.
Yeah, and my new fave, Tyler Hero.
Oh, your boy Duncan.
Duncan Robinson. Yeah.
They both
Hey,
shoot.
28, 12, and 9 for LeBron last night. Just throwing
How
that
many
out there.
turnovers?
Don't matter. We got the dub.
28, 12, and 9.
As a whole,
How many turnovers,
A
though?
lot of turnovers.
AD 33 and 10.
With a messed up eye.
Eyebrow, you said, or eye?
Eye a little puffy. I think
Okay.
he got
Yeah, he got poked in the eye last night.
Man, everybody getting poked in the eye.
Lame.
might have been by
He's
Dwight.
fine. He's fine.
Pause.
He's fine. He is fine. Everybody just want the sympathy. But overall, I'm excited about the Miami Heat this year. It's going to be a good year. I mean,
Okay, you're rambling now. Let's close it down.
Jimmy Butler had 23.
Wrap that up, B.
So, thank y'all for joining us on episode 14 of the KC Sports Bros podcast. This is your host. We are moving into more episodes. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go watch that Terrence Crawford fight.
Love you, Terrell.
It's interesting.
Yo, your story.
Tell your
All right.
truth.
All right, I know my truth.
Live your truth.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Peace.